My name is Michael Weis. I am a former winemaker here at Groth Vineyards and Winery. I'm here to talk about this wine that hopefully you're going to enjoy at some point, 2013 Groth Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. The 2013 vintage was quite an exceptional vintage from many perspectives. First of all, it was my swan song. That was the last of the vintages that I made 100%. We hired my successor in 2014. He took over day-to-day winemaking. I became director of winemaking for a period. The vintage itself was quite amazing in the sense that it was perfect. It was a perfect vintage, the perfect series of events in terms of no rains, no frosts, just a wonderful vintage. Beautiful weather in the spring, beautiful weather during the fall during ripening, which allowed us to just take our time. There was no need to respond to any heat spikes, no need to respond to any cold spells. It was just a very leisurely year. And of course, the interesting thing about 2013 is that it followed the 2012 vintage, which was considered exceptional, not only in terms of quality, but also in terms of quantity. So 2013 followed 2012 with exceptional quality and reasonable, normal yields or tonnages. So it was a great year, a wonderful year to be a winemaker. And I'm very happy that I started here in 1994, which was an exceptional vintage in and of itself. We had a couple of great vintages back in the mid-90s, 94, 95. And then finishing up in 2012 and 13, which were both exceptional vintages. So that's what we're having right now, 2013 Groth Cabernet Reserve Cabernet. Now keep in mind that the Reserve wines from Groth come from a very small part of our estate vineyard here. The estate is about 120 plus acres. This is only about 28 acres of that 120 and has been the source of the Groth Cabernet Reserve since 1983. 1983 was the first vintage for the Reserve Cabernet, and it's been made every year since, except for a period when the vineyard was replanted. So nothing from 2000 through 2004. So quite a long stretch of wonderful wines, including the wine that put Groth on the map back in the late 80s, which was the 1985 Reserve Cabernet, which was the first domestic Cabernet to be given 100 points by Robert Parker. So we're pretty excited about this vintage. It's a wonderful wine, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's awfully yummy, and I haven't had this wine in quite a long time. So it's, what is it, 8 years old now? And I haven't had it probably in 5 years, and it's as good now as it was then, just aging perfectly.